Dr. Sarah Reeves had treated countless wounds in her career as a field medic, but nothing had prepared her for the moment she found the Queen. The Zorthian vessel had crashed on the outskirts of the settlement 3 days ago. Contact protocols had been established, but the aliens remained hostile, their security forces refusing to let anyone approach. Then, during the night, a desperate message had come through the translator. The Queen was injured and dying. They would allow one medic, unarmed, unaccompanied, to attempt treatment. Sarah had volunteered immediately. Now, standing in the dimly lit chamber of the crashed ship, she stared at the most magnificent creature she'd ever seen. The Zorthian Queen was massive, easily 20 feet tall, her exoskeleton a luminous combination of emerald green and deep violet. Her powerful arms extended from her torso, and her eyes, multifaceted like a jewel, focused on Sarah with an intensity that made her knees weak. But what Sarah noticed first was the wound. A massive gash ran along the Queen's left side, deep and infected. The surrounding tissue was inflamed, seeping an iridescent fluid that smelled of copper and ozone. The Queen was in obvious agony, her breathing shallow and labored. "I'm here to help," Sarah said gently, raising her hands to show she was harmless. She moved slowly, deliberately, every motion calculated to appear non-threatening. The guard stepped back, watching her with suspicion. Sarah began her work methodically. She brought sterile water and basic medical supplies, hoping they would be compatible with Zorthian biology. She started by gently cleaning around the wound, removing the infected matter with careful, deliberate strokes. The Queen's body tensed but remained still. Sarah worked for nearly an hour, gradually cleaning deeper into the wound. She applied a broad-spectrum antibiotic salve that she'd synthesized specifically for this unknown biology, hoping its chemical structure would have a similar effect. As she worked, she found herself speaking softly, the way she used to talk to frightened patients in emergency rooms. "You're doing great. I know this hurts, but you're incredibly strong. Just a little more." The Queen made a low, rumbling sound, not threatening, but something else, something that sounded almost like a purr. Then Sarah discovered something unexpected. Beneath the infected tissue, along the edges of the wound, there was a sensitive point, what might have been a nerve cluster or a pressure point of some kind. When she gently stimulated it while cleaning, the Queen's entire body seemed to relax. Sarah repeated the motion deliberately, applying gentle pressure with her fingertips while continuing the cleaning motion. The Queen's breathing became deeper, more rhythmic. The tension drained from her massive frame. Suddenly, one of the Queen's upper arms shot out, and her clawed hand wrapped around Sarah's wrist. Sarah's heart jumped in her throat, but the grip wasn't hostile. It was firm but careful, controlled. The Queen's multifaceted eyes fixed on Sarah's face. "Do that again." A voice resonated through the chamber. Not a sound, but somehow a thought directly implanted in Sarah's mind. The Queen's voice translated through the ship's neural interface. Sarah realized then what was happening. In her careful cleaning and gentle pressure, she'd stumbled upon something profound. Not just medical treatment, but something deeper, the language of pain relief, of healing touch, of comfort. She continued, applying the same gentle technique, and the Queen released her wrist, settling back. Over the next hours, Sarah realized that what the Zorthian physiology needed wasn't just antibiotics or sterile technique. It needed something no textbook had taught her: compassionate, intentional touch, presence, understanding. By the time she finished, the Queen's wound was clean and treated. But more importantly, the Queen had experienced something she clearly hadn't expected from a human: genuine care without agenda. The Queen's massive head lowered towards Sarah, and those incredible jeweled eyes fixed on her with new recognition. Through the neural link, Sarah felt something, not words exactly, but emotion, gratitude, and something more, a sense of kinship. "You understand pain," the Queen's thought arrived. "You understand healing. You will help us. Your people and mine. We will not be enemies." What had started as an emergency medical intervention had become the foundation for peace. Because sometimes the most powerful language wasn't words at all. It was the universal language of one being reaching out to ease another's suffering. Sarah smiled, and the Zorthian queen made that rumbling sound again. A sound, Sarah suddenly understood, of joy.